that's what this stream is, isn't it? Giving you guys brain damage? You're welcome, by the way. Everyone is always like, hey, when am I gonna get my lobotomy? That's what this stream is for. No one's ever grateful.
Oh, it's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about rerir, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Hello, you must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go.
See, now I don't trust any NPC. A nation that doesn't exist. Because I'm like, what if it's rerir? This is what Hucklehuno Bacard all over again. The gang's all here.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here?
Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the crystalline itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that rerir did this.
Who else?
Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Rerir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered rerir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
He was already extremely dangerous even then.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him.
That seems sane.
Oh, Paimon gets chills just
I do that every day.
Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in nod-krai, waiting for his chance to strike? Oh, even chillier.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows.
Yeah, he's planning something else.
Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time. Like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the rerir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in nod-krai, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have get Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us. And we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Oh,
Robo body.
Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in
So you could lure him
Kuvaki.
out, I guess?
Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki rich ore,
Oh.
was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rerir, what then?
Die, I guess.
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow?
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rerir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
As one does. I shared grapes. I did.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flints?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
All we can do now is hope that I know and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rerir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one! Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kothar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
Cutscene already? Whoa. That shot.
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
Because she has
No time for
Kubaki energy.
questions. Stop him.
Whoa, the way he fell like that. Reminds me of the way the Arlecchino fight.
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Oh shit.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon I will find a way.
Oh, she's still in this. That's her true name. Aww. Okay. Oh yeah, she's injured. Whoa, these fucking angles are crazy. Oh shit. This is an insane cutscene from right after the quest starts. Whoa.
Find them, even if it means turning this place to ashes.
That was too close.
Like, there's so much happening. That was a long ass cutscene. I have noticed in nod-krai, the cutscenes are more plentiful and they're longer. I think they're really trying to like, draw people in with the cinematics, which is fair.
We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
The touching, finger thing, apart from the fact that it's that Renaissance painting, and so like it appears in like Penacony and stuff, but also it reminds me of when during the Sumeru ARCHON QUEST and Nahida is in Catherine's body and Dottore is after her, we reach out and we touch her hand and then she swaps her consciousness into our body, and then like manages to like yeet herself away or something. And I'm wondering if it's like the exact same way, and I'm wondering if that's connected to this kind of power, even though it's a slightly different power. I don't know if any of that made sense, but Nahida did once say that she was the moon. He's one of the 5 sinners, and that probably wasn't his full strength.
He's a threat to this entire nation.
Entire
I doubt
fucking
his strength
planet.
could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question.
I'm 8.
When me
What
and
do I do?
Amanda showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead.
Well,
What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like
This
all those
motherfucker.
statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kuthar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
He seems specifically
But
mad at her,
right
though.
now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of nod-krai undetected...
Tour de Devat.
No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
It is on brand, though.
Running is our only option.
Oh!
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is
Interesting
it,
to
Mama?
compare him to a coyote.
The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together.
I also love her brain moments.
Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
Never
You
forgive
can't
yourself?
overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Rerir's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
Running away won't solve anything.
But
Kuthar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now.
We'll find a way.
Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belong to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength.
That's why we need the moon marrow, to borrow the eternal moon's power.
The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
Great.
It's the wild hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
Oh. Okay, interesting selection of trial characters.
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Oh, they just keep coming!
Oh god, I'm so thrown off by this.
Rerir's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape. This goes on much longer.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Be silent.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
By the frost moon of old, branch into soul.
Observe. Do you fear the dark?
So many enemies though.
Night falls.
Slowly. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. Well,
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol.
With one heart, we pray. Receive my blessing.
Observe. Night falls.
I think we're almost charged now.
Silent to dust. Beware the creatures of the night.
Okay.
Cleanup sequence in.
Yeah, there we go. Varka? Hell yeah. Finally. I will say, it is a little jarring to see the different model style.
You could chew?
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're
It's fucking huge.
Grand Master of the Knights of Favonia?
I think he's like the same size
We
as
can save the
Capitano.
intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod-krai, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network.
The Northern Intelligence Network.
AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in nod-krai, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from nod-krai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming.
At least 5 years.
You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfarnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
I love that they make him talk about back pain to really hammer home that he's not in his 20s. It's so funny.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him.
Damn.
I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace.
This must have been what he
Even
left
in his unhinged
Nashatown
mental
for.
state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in nod-krai? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Fade to black. Ina brings Varka up to speed about what happened before.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in nod-krai is the work of the rerir of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
Yeah, we're here now.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while Ino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast.
Wasn't that an effort pushing the thing up?
I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
Alice?
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a nod-krai and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
You think it's Nicole? Yeah, that's true. It could be.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the wild hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who
They were
was
leading them
behind
away.
it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the rerir of Solnari. Nod-krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter.
I have noticed that among all the VAs involved, they all pronounce rerir differently. Like, some of them say rerir and some of them say rerir. Like, there's no consistency in the emphasis.
To my knowledge, the bulk of nod-krai's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for
That's kind of
rerir in his
depressing that
current
this is the
state,
bulk
let alone
of the
with
fighting
his power
force.
still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The eternal moon was the largest. The frost moon was the brightest. And the iridescent moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the frost moon's power, and the eternal moon's marrow resides within the traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
We find the iridescent moon?
Moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
I will go with her.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady.
This might be immense crack, but I wonder if he's trying to gain the power of the 3 moons to reshape the world.
People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the rerir of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued nod-krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of nod-krai has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh?
That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
That was an
I'm
interesting
now asking myself the
camera
same
thing.
question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions.
Hell
of
yeah, get the
nod-krai.
gang back together.
We can't do this without the curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer?
It's a place where people exchange information. She probably
You say
works
this is
here.
meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern
Think about what her job
Intelligence
is, Paimon.
Center? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in nod-krai without my help?
I'm gonna scream.
Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
You're...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the
Yeah.
Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh?
You bring Neff up to speed on what's been happening. I don't know why
This
Paimon was
certainly
surprised.
qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the curatorium's
She's like, good luck with that.
secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
Saving your homeland? Pimp. So true.
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work
Do you
for
like
free.
your house? Like,
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. So I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming.
listen, I misspoke, but also this is where she lives. You know? Like, she'd have to go back to Sumeru. You know, I know what I mean.
If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier
Just scissor
the
about
job,
it.
the more it'll cost. And a moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short,
Aw,
maybe you
Yehuda.
can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be leyline fodder by
Leyline
now.
fodder, oh my god.
I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors.
She didn't really have
They
much
are
of a
the
choice in that
hardest debts
moment.
to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehuda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flins, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the moon goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Krankake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me.
I can't believe I know
Once
it's
they're
interrupting my
ready,
yaoi.
We'll deploy the decoys across nod-krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
Sir, yes, sir. This gun, that's literally one of the strongest beings on the planet, yeah. Ooh, this is fun. It's in the corner, it's so cute.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau?
I love how she's technically still kind of wanted by the Fatui, and she just wanders in. Just strolls up. It's like, hiya. I'm here to see my toxic girlfriend. Like,
We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Huh. You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandrone.
it's a booty
Do
call.
I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all
Don't
up
talk to the moon
against,
goddess like that, bro.
we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But
Are you going to make me repeat that?
The theme.
no, my lady.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
A French theme? It's true.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
Her eyes are so
I
blue.
promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
We literally could have just
I'd
called
like
up
to
Linny.
speak with Arlecchino. Is she in nod-krai?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and regrater. The only ones in nod-krai are me and...
Dottore.
What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost
So
moon.
Arlecchino? Marionette seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with the iridescent moon's marrow. But at this point, I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan. Traveler. My traveler in Christ. Think about when we fought Arlecchino, and she used the power of the Crimson Moon. Just think about it for a second. Just use the little neurons and that little noggin of yours and think about it.
Is that a no, then?
He is our common enemy.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him. before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here.
She still has 3D
If
eyelashes.
anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Isn't it everyone but Dainsleif? Soon, soon.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I
Aww.
keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
I love this idea of the girlies having tea. Like, Sandrone and Columbina and Arlecchino and Signora all just like sitting and gossiping and having tea. It's...
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
Or was she genuinely trying to introduce Columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coldness is just an act, and they actually get along?
Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again.
I'm obsessed with... I love how this whole time they've been building up this thing of like, a lot of the Fatui don't see eye to eye and they don't really like hang out. They all have their own like agendas and stuff. But in this, they're like, yeah, they all used to have tea parties, including fucking Capitano and Child.
Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list?
Oh!
If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions.
Preach, Queen.
And I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
Yeah.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths,
can't believe she just called us riffraff, bro.
For real.
She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina.
Guess that's our cue to leave.
Let's go.
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? What do you mean?
Through here?
Listen.
Oh, awesome. Yep, okay. He tracked us down, despite the decoys.
It's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
I feel like she'd get along well with Farina.
You want us to leave you be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war.
Okay.
Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your
I do
own
want to
risk.
watch.
You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapons system.
Just be careful, okay?
Don't tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you. Come on then, Mr. Rerir. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your wild hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
This is literally like, I know, evil mode. Oh shit. Oh. Hell yeah.
Bosco 1, lock onto target.
This is fun. There's so many of them, bro. I miss arcades. That's a mood. Yo.
Good work, Bosco 1. Bosco 2, prepare to fire!
Oh hell yeah. Oh, I can't hold on this one. Hey, explosions! Woo! Reminded me of those arcade games, yeah. This is fun. Explosions go by. It also bounce. I like the bounce, the recoil. Bounce, bounce.
That's it, keep them pinned down. Don't let them get near.
I think it's like all the different types of artillery, right? Because now we've got a sniper. What if I just shot my own?
Rotate out. Deploy all backup units. Get in there and hold the line. They're more tenacious than I thought. Whatever. This is where the real fun begins.
Can you die, please? Oh, I can't reach that one.
Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put you all back together again. I promise.
These are quite long sequences, actually. They really said, oh, this machine is severely damaged? Okay.
Finally, the rerir himself. Time to... Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This is so cool. Yeah, it's sent once. Jason, please.
Polonia, get him!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
So, Polonia, get going.
Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
Oh. Well. Rip Polonia. Slay. Loading screens are very cute, yeah.
So this is your method for investigating Rerir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
This kind of thing of like jumping between perspectives and like not having that much time where you have control of the character. It's just sort of like scenario to scenario. Reminds me a lot of Star Rail. But like in a good way.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Yehuda just looks lost.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor?
Stop wheeling,
That's
yeah.
where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
Dory.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rerir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am.
Yeah, that's why she didn't want to get
forced
involved.
to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Call her out.
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So
Not
it's
every
important to
creature in the
consider how to
hoyoverse can
spend
die.
what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day.
Dory?
Yehuda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Yep.
Come
Knew
on,
it.
boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Noom. 3 moments later. A few moments later.
I genuinely can't run any further.
She's so creepy when she smiles, yeah.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us.
Yoda,
But
please.
instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big in Nod-krai, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Nod-krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted.
Oh, rip.
And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss
20%
Nefer.
off fucking 3
Plus,
million.
any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. Huh, what can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous.
Jenny fainting from Kuvaki is so low and they don't elaborate. That's a good point, yeah. Because don't the Jenny come from the moon's power?
So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you could possibly need, and the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack
A
from
jetpack?
Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor, dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
Well,
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her
Alice.
identity, but luckily for
Alice,
you,
Alice,
I hear
Alice.
she's planning to visit nod-krai in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I
Yeah,
can
she's
ask
darker
her
than
when
Nefer.
she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Alice, 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 Alice.
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use
The
only!
fuck is that?
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
The fuck is the power in that?
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
I'm darker than Nefer, true. She doesn't even wait for a response.
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Interesting.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound.
Seems like going into a dream of some description. After laying down the ground rules for everyone who'll be joining the trip as a follower, Nefer begins the ceremony.
Let us peer into the rerir of Solnari's past.
How are we doing this?
I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture.
Unified civilization.
Khaenri'ah. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected.
When his heart fragment. Oh. See, that would make sense.
Looks like the fearsome rerir of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Khaenri'ah. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
A few storage boxes sit next to the cabinet. Everything in sight is neatly organized. Whoever lives here seems to be enjoying a pretty comfortable life. Whoa. That fucking freaked me out. I like that you can sort of see her reflection as well as his. That is never, yeah. God, that's a really cool effect. How they've done that. He's played in the mirror? I guess this is what Rerir used to look like. Brown hair. I do also like that, like, it's not just like a static thing, like it moves around with you. A handwritten note.
Hi, Rerir. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu.
I didn't have kebab shop on my bingo card for Khaenri'ah. I'm gonna be so for real.
I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
Yeah, loved one of some kind. Either sister or wife. Probably sister, the way this game often goes. Journal on the table.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Thelindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it.
So Thelindis, I guess, sister, wife.
Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
This is who each other. They used to make a mean
That's
Donna.
the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only.
Imports? Where are you importing from?
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously.
Interesting.
Why would you even eat something like that?
Abyssal mushroom?
I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because khaenri'ah is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of khaenri'ah don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Khaenri'ah, or at least they were passing themselves off as one. Thinking about how Kai's introduces modified chicken mushroom skewer. Oh, true. Ah, that all makes sense now. Probably elsewhere it's about the additional relations, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression.
He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery.
Did rerir rip it out himself?
But pen marks like these leave a trace. With something like charcoal to add some colour, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefa looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared with the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state.
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was
Okay,
nothing more
so
than
a wife or
stagnant
girlfriend?
pool. The burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
Rerir, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, Vedaflin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on.
I like
stop
how
being such a
tousled his hair
pessimist.
is.
For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now.
Okay,
a
I'm
member
pulling
of the
Shanti.
King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
Ved?
It's nothing.
Vedaflin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of khaenri'ah as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
God, the first time I saw this really scared me. Pretty. Those are tits, bro.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced
Oh, her
today,
eyes are pretty.
so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the
Stop
long
having
face?
the same brain as me.
Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifenir showed up today, too. You know, Daneslif's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedifenir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Daneslif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Rerir. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me
Oh,
that.
she didn't even answer?
What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this.
Huh?
We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
Okay. Sure. I'm confused about we're in a happy relationship, but I still need time to decide whether I want to marry you. Odd. Okay.
All right. Take your time.
That is such a height difference.
Don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifenir and Daneslif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the
love this
dynasty's
backlight.
with the king in his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will.
So it seems that he was like, kind of like a member of like some sort of secret service, maybe? Basically killing the king's opposition and felt very conflicted about it. Also, these shapes remind me of some of the Fontaine visions, like the casings.
What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace?
I wonder if he ended up having to kill Thelindis.
Thelindis? It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Rerir. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side.
It's kind of a weird thing to say.
Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me.
Well,
so smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Thelindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine.
Oh, his little smile.
But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Interesting how she's like... She's not brown, but she's a much warmer toned white. Whereas he's like very like... Like, his skin's quite sallow, like it's quite pallid.
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
I also really like her model.
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work?
This also reminds me of the guy in the Inefa Archon Quest who had been the Fatui's like inside man in Nasha Town, and now he was like leaving because he knew something like some shit was about to go down. Kind of reminds me of that. Like he wasn't telling his like partner and his daughter about what he did, and he lied about it. I wonder if that was some kind of foreshadowing.
Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, rerir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
So yeah, that's why he's the... Oh, that makes 99. Yeah, that's why he's the Moon Hunter, because he literally is hunting down the people of the Crimson Moon.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity.
This might be a case of, like, person who's only seen Boss Baby getting a lot of Boss Baby vibes from this, but something about this, like, the sort of, like, the idea of, like, warring families kind of reminds me of Romeo and Juliet. And I'm wondering if Thelindis is from the Crimson Moon Dynasty, and he's hiding, and maybe he doesn't know, or he's hiding her from the others. Something. There's something.
Khaenri'ah has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse
Further need
to
for,
see
so
the
they were
truth,
harnessing the moon's
choosing
power.
instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner
That's
is
exactly why
devoted
he
to.
feels guilty as fuck.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, rerir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too.
I have a feeling it doesn't happen.
Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
He kind of looks like Blythe does in real life. Which is interesting.
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedalfnir's reaction. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else?
Oh.
Wait a second. What's this?
That looks like the Wild Hunt stuff in one of Flintz's idols.
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
That is great enough.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
Oh my god.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out.
So, the khaenri'ah we know of are most likely specifically Eclipse Dynasty eyes. Whereas people like Arlecchino and this kid have like the X, like Crimson Moon eyes. That's interesting.
Not long ago, the rerir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Well, you are.
Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity.
We're not punting the kid.
His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer.
Maybe he
It's
took
time
his
to call it a day.
soul, her soul into his somehow?